It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling.
Hello. Today we're doing episode 15 of Draw Your Journal. Draw Your Journal is my prompt journal that I wrote, and it's available on Amazon right now. You can buy it if you'd like. It's basically supposed to be a visual diary about your life. Each page has personal prompts that ask you questions about yourself. If you like prompt journals like Wreck This Journal, This Is Not a Book, Create This Book, you'll probably like this prompt journal too. Draw Your Journal is different than those prompt journals just because it's meant to be more of a personal diary and the prompts are more about like personal topics. Instead of writing about your life in a journal or a diary, you can draw about your life in Draw Your Journal. I have decided to randomly choose a page. I closed my eyes and we landed on Draw Your Puzzle. Draw something that needs to be solved. There are so many ways you could interpret this page. You could have a math problem that you need help solving. You could have a problem with one of your friends and you need a solution to the problem. Maybe every time you cook, the recipe you're reading has different cups and 1/3 of a cup and 1/4 of a cup, but oh wait, I'm only doing half the recipe, so I actually need 1/8 of a cup and a tablespoon and teaspoons. How does this convert? That's a puzzle that I often encounter. I actually could have drawn about that. This page could be meant to document anything in your life that you're finding puzzling or confusing at the moment. Or you could interpret the page how I chose to interpret the page, which is to draw my favorite type of puzzle. Now, there are actually a lot of types of puzzles out there. There's so many. There's the regular jigsaw puzzle. There's all different types of 3D puzzles. There are word puzzles, and there are logic puzzles, which are my personal fave. I love logic puzzles. Anything with math and logic is my absolute favorite. What I'm not a fan of is any type of word puzzle. Those do not vibe well with me. For example, there's this really popular word puzzle game called Wordscape. It's an app, and there's bubbles of letters, and you're supposed to connect the letters to create words. And I'm telling you, I have never been so bad at a game. It is literally embarrassing. Any type of word puzzle, really, even crossword puzzles, I find absolutely perplexing. But if you give me a math or logic puzzle, those are right up my alley. Come to think of it, this is probably a pretty divisive topic. I'd be interested to know, do you guys like math and logic puzzles or word puzzles better? I suppose it's possible that we could like both, but what is your favorite? As I've said many times, although we do have a lot of new people here, so you guys might not know, I work full-time as a computer scientist, majored in computer science and math, so that's where the logic and math thing is coming from. My favorite type of puzzle is actually Sudoku, and my tragic flaw with it is I always say Sudoku by accident. I'll try my best not to make that mistake here today. If you have no idea what I'm talking about and don't know what Sudoku is, how do I say it? It's a 9x9 grid. You have to have all 9 numbers 1 through 9, in each column and each row, and also in each 3x3 box. I feel like that explanation was so confusing. I am so sorry. It really sounds more confusing than it is. Once you start doing it, you'll get the hang of it, and children do it all the time, so it's really not that hard. There are harder versions of it, like there's easy up to expert level of Sudoku, but once you start doing it, you would get the hang of it. When I was little, I used to have books of Sudoku, and I would use them in the car when we were traveling. I would fill out my Sudoku in the car because I just really liked logic puzzles, and it's still probably my favorite type of puzzle. On the right of my Sudoku puzzle, I have decided to start drawing a bunny. And the bunny is going to have a confused, perplexed, or even puzzled face on. Get it? Because this is the puzzle page? Yes. I'm sure some of you have noticed at this point that I have kind of an obsession with drawing bunnies. It's honestly not even a new or recent thing. This is kind of just something I've always done. For some reason, it's like my go-to animal. Sometimes people draw bears or puppies first, but my animal has always been a bunny. Like, if you tell me to draw something really quick, I will 9 times out of 10 draw a bunny. And that is what I have done here. I took my time trying to figure out the hand and the ear positioning on this bunny because I really want it to be cute but also look confused, and I really love the way it came out. On the bottom of our Sudoku, I told you it's a tragic flaw. I say it wrong every time. Anyway, I filled in the puzzle with the numbers, the starting numbers, that is. Like, each puzzle will start with a certain amount of numbers, and your job is to fill in the rest. I also added my Bella signature with the shooting star, and I decided to color in the puzzle part of the prompt. And here we have the final result of my Draw Your Puzzle page, where I have drawn Sudoku and a very puzzled bunny next to it. I love this page. This is one of my favorite pages that I've done recently in Draw Your Journal. I love the puzzle Sudoku and Sudoku. Oh my gosh, I can't say my favorite puzzle's name. Okay, let's move on to the next page in Draw Your Journal, which is going to be another one that I really like. It's Draw Your Past, Present, and Future. Off camera, I drew 3 different pictures, and I'm going to take out my eraser and erase them so you can barely see them. The prompt, Draw Your Past, Present, and Future, is something that I have wanted to do for a while, but it's also one of those ones that it's like kind of confusing. It's like, what? My past? My present? My future? This is all so vague and abstract, I don't really know what to pick. But it's actually not as confusing as it sounds. I don't know if anyone else is confused by it. If you have Draw Your Journal, I haven't heard any complaints about this page, but for me, this is one of the pages that I've been looking at it and being like, what the heck am I gonna draw on this page? But after I thought about it for a while, I actually had quite a few different options. If I had drawn this page last year, I could have drawn like single, engaged, married for past, present, future, and that would have been a good option. If you're in school, you could draw last year's grade, your current grade, and next year's grade. Or if you're, say, growing a plant, you could draw your plant as a seed in the past, your plant how it looks right now, and your plant how it might look in the future. If you're in high school or college, you could draw yourself studying, and then you could draw yourself looking for a job in the present, and then you can draw yourself with your dream job in the future. Ooh, this could also apply to dogs or any kind of pet, really. If you have a dog, you could draw it in the past as a puppy, how he looks right now, and how he looks in the future. There's so many different options. I just, like, for some reason was getting, like, my mind so confused about it, and I was like, what do I draw? But I did come up with something. As a lot of you know, because I made a video about it, I am pregnant. And as a pregnant woman, I have been calling myself a kangaroo.
What?
I just feel like a Wait, let me explain. I just feel like a kangaroo because kangaroos have like little pouches and there's a baby inside, and I feel like I'm just like growing a baby inside of a kangaroo pouch. I don't know if that's relatable to any of you listening here, but that's how I feel. So I've decided to draw myself as a kangaroo because I feel like a kangaroo at present, right now. In the past, I didn't really actually feel like a kangaroo. I only feel like a kangaroo right now, but just to keep it consistent, I have drawn a past version of myself as a regular, not pregnant kangaroo. In present time, I have drawn myself as a round, pregnant kangaroo, and in the future, I will become a kangaroo that is holding a baby, also known as a mom. Okay, we're moving on to the kangaroo in the future tense, and I want everyone together to just take a note and look at the feet on this future kangaroo. She has her feet both facing outward in a very awkward, almost like squatting stance. And I don't know. That was not my intention, but I don't know. Somehow she just ended up looking like she's in some sort of like sumo wrestler kind of stance. I tried my best with drawing these feet, but I honestly just ended up giving up because I didn't know how to position them. So everyone ignore it together. I did add some blush for this kangaroo because I thought that looked cute, like she's all happy to hold her baby. And you'll notice that her pouch has some pink and blue in it, but it's mostly tan like it was in the past tense. That is because in the past she was just a regular kangaroo with a tan pouch. In the present she became pink and blue because she's holding a baby, and in the future she is forever changed by having become a mother. Aww. I'm adding the finishing touches to these 3 kangaroos by adding some glimmers in their eyes. And here we have the final result of this past, present, and future page. I love the way this came out. I love that I was able to document that I keep calling myself a kangaroo, which is really just a personal joke that I have with myself, and I really just like the kangaroos. I think they turned out so cute. If you want to see more Draw Your Journal videos, I have a whole playlist of me talking about myself and drawing about myself. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week for another video. Bye!